Hey everybody, Scott Steen with the winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Toby Rowland studio deep in the bowels of the Winners and Winers Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep 3. As always, don't forget to give us a like on the video, give us a little thumbs up there, and of course if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? We do nothing but all we do is win, 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 well, at least for the last 3 days. So if you've been hot, if you made a little money, all we ask is a little subscribe there if you haven't done it already. So thanks very much for that. As always, check out our websites. They're becoming more and more valuable as more and more teams get into action here in conference tournament play. And yeah, check them out, winnersandwhiners.com, statsalt.com. Sides, totals, derivatives, halftime bets, propositions, all under one roof. Check them out, won't you? And of course, let us know what you're playing today. Are you tailing the deep three? Are you fading some of them? Let us know, and let us know your rationale behind it. As we always love to see what great plays you guys are putting up as well. And of course, if you get them right, we will give you the one and only shout out after the video is finished, as we will be doing here later on here in just a second. So with that being said, quick recap of yesterday's action. We hit the New York Knicks, the Indy under. Kind of got afraid of that one at 208, but that ended up not making a difference. We got South Alabama home, and then just a bit outside a close defeat there for the Binghamton Bearcats, as I believe they lost by I think 600 points. I'm not sure. They were down about 400 at halftime, and Winner was unable to keep it close. So that was a beatdown. I know we're going to talk about it in the shoutouts because I know somebody absolutely called that the Catamounts would have no mercy on the Vermont. I'm going to say the Vermont Teddy Bears, on the Vermont Catamounts, and they would show them no mercy, and no mercy was to be had from those maple loving bastards. So that's how that went for that. On the premium side, we went 1-2. We had we hit Northeastern, and we had the Boston College Pittsburgh under, which actually looked pretty good. It was under about 135. It was we were sitting at 115 with 5 minutes to go. Not a great spot. However, it was a 17-point difference. So you figure Pittsburgh's going to go down and just chew up clock for the rest of the game, and run 25 seconds off the clock before they even take a shot, which should have left us in great shape. However, that's not the way it worked, and of course, Boston College picks that time to absolutely heat up from 3-point range, and they put up 35 points in the last 5 minutes of a 17-point deficit game. So, yay, not their best break there. And then our nightcap, we were able to when no one else can stop the Bulldogs, we did. We got down on Gonzaga minus. Does it matter? It doesn't really matter because they lost by 13 points outright and just never ever even came out of the locker room. Just a brutal beatdown for the Bulldogs that I would hazard a guess to say, really nobody saw it coming, as they had won every conference game by at least double digits. So on we go with today's picks. First off, starting in the NBA as the Utah Jazz take on the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix at home catching 7 points from the Jazz. And I'm going to take them one more time. I was tempted to sell high on the Suns after their shocker over the Warriors, but I don't think this Jazz team is the team to do it. Rubio and Nito are both banged up, and they've missed multiple games lately. And Utah has struggled without that added depth at point guard. I think at least for one more game, the Suns stay hot. Look, it's the Suns. They're hot. Take the Suns right here plus the 7 points. I think they can do it one more time. They're at home. Taking a look in the college world as UMass takes on the George Washington Colonials. And we're going to back George Washington here. It's so for those of you that took a look at the Suns game and said, "Wait a minute, are you sure there isn't a worse team we could back?" Ta-da! Say hello to the George Washington Colonials. But we're not crazy. We're just going to take them for that first half. And there's 2 reasons I'm going to make this play. First of all, UMass is an absolutely stunning 1-12 against the spread as a favorite. And secondly, and perhaps most importantly for our first half bet, they put up less than 28 points per game in the first half of conference contest. That is just phenomenally bad. And it's what's even worse is they put up about 66 points per game on average, but they only get 28 of them in the first half. That's brutal, absolutely brutal. The one game between these two teams this year, G-Dub actually outscored them by 13 in the first half and was beat by 1 in the second half. Save your time about telling me how much GW sucks. I know you're going to look it up and you go, well, this team is terrible. They're absolutely dreadful. And you're right. And I'm reminded of the old slogan, you don't have to be faster than the bear, you just have to be faster than you. And that's what I think about GW here. They don't have to beat Duke. They just have to beat UMass in the first half. And I think they got the ability to do just that. And our nightcap here tonight, it comes from the Big 12 as the West Virginia Mountaineers take on the Oklahoma Sooners in my hometown of Kansas City, Missouri. Oklahoma is the number on that is 145, and I'm taking a look at the total. I like the over right there. This play comes in a game that features the worst defense in the Big 12, and it's not really even close. Mountaineers give up 76.8 points per game, which is 5 points more than their next worst defense. But hard to believe, again, but they've even been worse lately, giving up 87.7 points per game in their last 5. And in that stretch, not surprisingly, the over is 5-0, including a game against the Sooners where they gave up 92 points. Now, one of those games was a triple overtime game against TCU, and they did put up 28 points in the overtime periods. But even if we take that out, they're still giving up over 80 points per game in that stretch. They've been doing their part. They're on offense as well, putting up 78 points per game in regulation in that 5-game stretch. Meanwhile, the Sooners, they've averaged just 69.5 points per game in their last 6, but 3 of those games came on the road against Texas, Iowa State, and Kansas State. All 3 of those teams are in the top 5 as far as defense goes in the Big 12. I think that the Mountaineers are never going to be mistaken for one of those teams as far as defense. I think this is a low total. I like it. Give yourself down on the Oklahoma, West Virginia over 145.5, and lay your hard-earned money down on the GW Colonials. The first half catching the deuce plus 2 points, and from the NBA, the Phoenix Suns plus 7 to get it done one more time. Let's get down on those 3 bets, and at the end of the night, you guys can join me. We'll gather up our tickets, and we'll head back to the window. All right, let's take a look at the shout-outs here, shall we? All right. The Scout G said he got down on the Knicks and Pacers under at 212. Legendary King said with 2-1. He said, "Yay! I went 2-0 because he liked our picks except the Vermont Catamounts." That's a good call right there, LK. Ryan S. He had a 3-teamer with the Spurs, the Nuggets, and the Bucks. Check, check, and check. Nicely done, Ryan. Cha-ching. Back to the window you go, sir. Landon H. tailing us on South Alabama. Borno had Northeastern. Hey, it was one of the premium picks. He had Northeastern, and he had South Alabama as well. Hammered Hank had Portland, the Pacers, and the Nuggets. Rated Z 918 down there in OKC, I would assume. He says, "It's time to stop fading my boy Scott." Yeah, you don't. Maybe not. Do you like to win? Well, then maybe it's time to stop fading. Thanks, Rated Z. We do what we can, man, and we like our pals down there in Red Dirt Country as well. C-Dub playing a little soccer today. He had, hopefully he's feeling better, and his picks look like he was. He had the Sheffield United money line. He had the Leeds United money line, the Tranmere money line, the Lincoln money line, and, of course, this is a lock, as he had the Carlisle Knots. That's 2 different teams. It's not the name of their team. They're not the Carlisle Knots. It's Carlisle, and they played Knots, and he had the over 2.5. And, of course, that came in as well. Well done, C-Dub. Miguel and Nola, he tailed the Knicks under, he got it down at 210. Nicely done, sir. He had South Alabama, Northeastern, San Antonio, the Nuggets, the Bucks -5 in the first half line. He also has an interesting conspiracy theory, and I don't hate it. He says that Gonzaga throws the game so St. Mary's can get in the tournament and boost revenues in the West Coast Conference. Is that likely? Nah. Is it possible? Hell yeah. Anything's possible, especially on a day that we found out that the chick from Full House somehow has $500,000 to throw around. Good Lord, those residuals must be paying a ton. Thomas M., he got down on the Nuggets. Time Traveler Steve, again, as if he's an actual time traveler, he said the Vermont first half -9.5. That's right, he's the one that said it. He said Vermont will not take it easy on this third meeting, and they did not. They opened up a vein and let it flow. He also took first half of Milwaukee -5.5. He tailed us on South Alabama, and he says, Scott, you are back. 2-1 today in the free play, and we'll take that all day long, 67%. We hit that every day. We're all going to be rich. Phil, he tailed the Knicks Pacers under 212. He tailed the USA, and he threw his own Bucks pick in there. And in soccer, he had PSG -2. And, of course, PSG, they got it done. The Legion of Picks tailed us on South Alabama, and he got down on the Portland Trailblazers. Super Cisco had the first half Wake Forest Miami game, and Miami of Florida under 65.5. He had St. Mary's and Gonzaga under 137. Yeah, when Gonzaga fails to put up in the 40s, good God, I stopped watching. I couldn't do it anymore. And then he had the Knicks team total under 99.5. And that came in as well. And lastly, Cole B., he wants to give a shout out to Super Cisco. He said, good call in the first half in that Wake Forest Miami game. I tailed you. Said we got a little sweaty, as the first half bets often do, because we don't have a big margin for victory and a margin for error in there. But it's always fun to sweat a little bit when you win, right? That's what makes us fun. Gets that adrenaline going. You feel that juice. And that's a winner. So, nice job getting a little pick there, and you guys helping each other. That's what it's all about. I like to give you, a little direction to look, a little guidance as you go along your handicapping journey, something to take an extra look at. But it's all about you guys. It's all about your picks as well, because I know we got some mighty fine handicappers out there. So, good luck to everybody. Let's have some fun today. A lot of basketball on. Hopefully, you guys, you got to pace yourself. Hopefully, you don't have that NCAA flu just yet. But maybe for those of you that actually have to go out there and do that work thing, maybe sneak a glance or two on the computer. So, going to be a fun day. Looking forward to the next week and a half. It's going to be a blast. All right, guys. So we'll talk to you later, and see you in the comment section. Take care.